I'm the coach. You're locked into the NFL on EA Sports. Straight ahead, we've got a great one on tap between the Seattle Seahawks and our home team. I'll have scores around the league for you at the half, but it's time for a little football. So we'll hand it over to our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, we are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Seattle Seahawks and our home team. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Godden. And Charles, you take a look at our home side as we interplay here. They come in off a good win on the road, and now they hit the home opener at 1-0. Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Seahawks, they too were winners last time out, so something's got to give here.
I love it when both teams come in off of wins. Great mindsets, and it usually leads to a really well-played game.
Third and long, it's Wilson. Flushed out right. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And this is picked up by the defense.
I know that taking care of the football is something that's drummed into every
field position. A real threat. This is third and long. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Sacked there by Jadeveon Clowney.
There's a lot of discussion in the offseason about him having a big year and getting to the quarterback. They held him without a sack in week 1, but how about here?
Even 40 yards out. And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost. And that'll make it 3-0 here in the first. That it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only give up the field?
And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. DK Metcalf, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Seahawks have taken the lead. Heck of a start to his season. He had 2 touchdowns in the opener last week, another one here in week 2.
Well, I don't want to call him a touchdown machine this early, but sometimes you get locked in, and you feel good about things. You get into that zone, and those touchdowns come in bunches. He may be off to that kind of a start.
It's like he was shot out of a cannon. I would imagine success this early. Great 8. From the gun, it's Wilson. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45.
I don't care how many times we say it. I still get a kick gains result as the game goes on.
From the 39, Wilson. He's going to find and complete it to Renfro. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. That one good for 26 and a first down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some
From the red zone now, here's Wilson on first down. Open man is Ursua. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. John Ursua, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. They scored the most points of anyone on opening weekend, and now first quarter touchdown here.
And while there's no guarantee that all the points they scored in opening weekend are going to hold up and be the average.
They'll throw on first down with Jackson. Got a man. That's complete to Hamilton. Throwing again. Jackson. And an alley to run. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. The escapability in evidence there is that one good for 15 and a first.
Now that was an inspirational scramble for a first down, all the while absorbing a big-time hit. Well, we know the guys in the huddle appreciate what he's doing.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Out to his left. The rushing numbers for Wilson may be down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the first down.
How many times do we hear the third?
Wilson leaves this one with Penning. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. That one a first down pickup of 8. From the shotgun, Wilson. He's got a man open. It's Hunter Renfrow. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to...
Penny will try to punch it in, and he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. Rashad Penny, his second touchdown on the season. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. A 10-play drive that time. And it's finished off by a Rashad Penny touchdown run.
And that is the number to focus in on, because oftentimes we talk about where do they rank all time. We're not there yet. He's not knocking on the top 10 or the top 20, but over 7,000 yards in a career, fantastic.
And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it.
Too much and stall themselves. Still on the move at a nice pace.
He's going to float this one deep right side. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee.
I'll tell you, attrition does set in for a defense, because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
That one a gain of 20 in a first. To throw is Wilson. From the gun, he'll throw. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. The completion he makes, what, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
And this one is right down Broadway. And that will extend their lead even further. Myers, the eight.
We love a running game, helps us out. But at the end of the day, they want to rely on their arm. Throw the football, feel good.
He's got a convoy, and he might be gone. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Chris Carson, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. Well called, well blocked, and then he just made a great play. That was an athlete going a long way. Wilson after the play fake to Carson. On the move to his, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Carl Lawson with a little how do you do as he gets in there for the sack. On third down, Wilson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. So they come out of the locker room trailing, but plays like that, they won't be tripped complete. They go play action with Jackson. Brought in here by Tyler Eifert. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense.
Now Jackson. He can run for it, and he will. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. The escapability in evidence there is that one good for 15 and a first.
Normally we're talking about a quarterback duel where they're matching each other after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. So his third field goal of the ball. After the penalty, it's Mixon. That's a gain of 11.
Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing, because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you. Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball, because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as it's...
And he has enough time to go over this entry mark.
You got to give it to him again, right?
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. You're not worried about losing yardage here. You're not worried about any of that. You just want to get him to the promised land for every runner. 100 yards or more in a game.
That one good for 14 and a Seahawk first.
I got kicked. There's going to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
Now they're setting up a screen here on the left side. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. The second down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I thought late game, down on the scoreboard, had to figure they were expecting a pass downfield.
Yeah, so the edge rushers, they're coming. That could have hit big. You're right. Good recognition defensively to snuff that one out.
Because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
Yeah, I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football.
Well, I don't think there's any question, Brandon, at this stage. The stop troops, the defensive guys, they got to use their 3 timeouts here. They've got to stop them and get the ball back.
Yeah, if you're in that 2 to 3 score deficit window that they're in now, you got to get it ASAP.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Stop them, use your timeout.
The victory here for Seattle, and it was a bit of a strange game. They were held scoreless through the entire second half, but their first half output, that's enough to carry them to victory.
And that's an odd game to watch, isn't it? Because when we saw the output in the first half, you think to yourself, okay, they've got something working here. They know what they're doing. They'll continue that along. But instead, it's goose eggs in the second half. Fortunately, enough of a cushion and enough defense to carry them home.
So for the Seahawks, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the home team here, they'll fall to 1-1. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Indianapolis to take on the Colts. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.